Hi, my name is Adam and today I'm going to give you a Toolbox talk on noise and vibration. What are noise and vibration? Both are forms of energy produced by work equipment. These energy forms interact with the body and can cause short or even long-term harm. When looking at noise and vibration, there are three types of hazard that we need to consider. But first, let's look at noise. Noise is a sound wave in air produced by work equipment that's making a noise. Well, how do we know if it's too loud? As a rough and ready rule of thumb, if you need to raise your voice at 2 meters, then noise needs to be formally assessed. Vibration occurs in two main forms. The most common form is hand-arm vibration. This is often produced when holding and using power tools, things like hammer drills, road drills, and chipping hammers, where the energy is passed directly to the operator's hand. Whole body vibration occurs where the operator's body is in direct contact with a machine or the seat of a machine. Examples of this would include drivers of mobile machines and work equipment, typically when driven over rough ground or uneven surfaces. For all of the hazards we're talking about, we can experience acute, short-term effects and chronic, long-term effects. These long-term effects are often caused by continued exposure over a long period of time and very often go unnoticed until irreversible effects are seen. For noise, acute effects include numbness in the hearing, known as temporary threshold shift, and sometimes a ringing or buzzing, known as tinnitus. Longer term, this develops into permanent numbness in the hearing with a loss of sensitivity to certain frequencies, especially those such as speech. This is known as noise-induced hearing loss. This can also be accompanied by tinnitus, a ringing, buzzing or rumbling in your ears, which is especially notable when it's quiet. Hand-arm vibration can cause short-term numbness and tingling, which can then lead on to chronic circulatory problems such as vibration white finger, causing blanches of the fingers especially when it's cold, or even nerve damage, muscle damage or changes to the bones and joints. Whole body vibration can lead to acute and chronic back pain, as well as other conditions such as vertigo, stomach problems or headaches. Typical practical controls include finding another way of carrying out the work or ensuring the purchase of low noise vibration rated equipment. In terms of time, we could impose trigger time, so we limit the amount of time people work for, and enforce job rotation to ensure that we lower exposure. For distance, it only really works for noise, but we could move further away from the source, thus reducing exposure. Or we could apply shielding. We could do that by protecting the source using techniques such as damping or insulation, or by protecting the user by using PPE. For noise, it's important that hearing protection has the right attenuation and is worn properly. And for vibration, it's important to note that whilst gloves do indeed keep the hands warm, which is beneficial, they do not actually limit exposure to vibration. And finally, for all hazards that affect our long-term health, if you experience any problems, ensure they are reported promptly, as early identification can prevent things getting worse. Health surveillance may also be used where people are exposed to these hazards in order to monitor their health and identify problems early. Remember, noise and vibration affect your long-term health. If you don't protect yourself, you might not notice the effects until it's too late. Ensure you understand how to wear your PPE and do not exceed time limits for machine use.